Good morning. I have a special message for the children. Can you please meet Miss Amy in the back of the sanctuary? Will the children please meet Miss Amy in the back of the sanctuary? Thank you. I used to think maybe you loved me. Now, baby, I'm sure. And I just can't wait till the day when you knock on my door. Now, every time I go for the mailbox, gotta hold myself down. Welcome to First Unitarian Church, everyone. Woo! Welcome to St. John's, members. All right, so good to see you. We are so happy to have everyone here this morning. And we're especially happy and excited because we're welcoming our new minister, the Reverend Bridget Laflin. Woo! All right. Now we're going to do some more singing, some more clapping, perhaps some more dancing if you're feeling frisky. All right, here we go. We continue. You can get back up and dance if you want. I used to think, baby, you love me. Now I know that it's true. And I don't want to spend my whole life just waiting for you. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati. I'm Rosie Park, your worship associate for today. I'm also this year's president of the First Unitarian Board of Trustees and a proud member of the house band. So that just explains why I'm running around up here today. So we welcome our friends from St. John's Unitarian Universalist Church who are joining us this week, and next week we will be back at St. John's to worship with them. Our mission at First Church, and please read along with me, it's in the order of service. Our mission at First Church is to welcome all with love, to support learning and spiritual growth, to serve our wider community, and to work for justice, equity, and inclusion. Given that mission, it doesn't matter our age, gendered or non-gendered identity, ethnic background, economic status, or citizenship status. We are all welcome here with an unconditional acceptance and an unconditional love. We are striving to build a beloved community that puts our values into practice. We also know and acknowledge that we do all of this on the stolen land of people who still live among us, the Shawnee, the Miamia, the Delaware, the Wyandot, and so many others. If you are visiting with us today, we especially welcome you. Please feel free to join us for coffee hour following the service, which will take place in the Ellen Hall Room. And if you don't know where that is, the ushers can direct you there or just follow the crowd after the service. We would love to have a chance to get to know you and to tell you a bit about our wonderful community. Today is an extremely exciting Sunday service for us because it's our first service with our new minister, Reverend Bridget Laflin. We feel like we're little kids waiting for Christmas morning, and it's finally here. So welcome, Reverend Bridget. The flowers today are the gift of the Sunday school children for Reverend Bridget as she begins her journey with all of us at First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati. Please see the insert and the announcement section of the order of service for important information and upcoming events. So, Patty Kelly is going to come up and make an announcement about UU the Vote.
Good morning, everybody. First, I'm going to step aside so you can see my t-shirt, because I'm too short for you to see it over the pulpit. What this says is, your vote is your voice. And kids, what that means is, the only way to have your voice be heard or to let people know what you want as far as how the country is run is to vote. It's not the only way, but it's the most effective way to make permanent change. So keep that in mind as I tell you the rest of my announcement. A lot of you know that I am passionate about voting and voting rights. Along with a lot of people in this congregation, I do a lot of voter registration with the League of Women Voters. And you should know that our friend Claire Wagner from St. John's, Claire, are you here today? No. She is the president of our local chapter. So if you have any questions about the League, ask Claire or me or the other members of the congregation who are members. Now, my t-shirt today is not a UU the Vote t-shirt. But your vote is your voice could be the theme of UU the Vote. UU the Vote is the Unitarian Universalist Association's nonpartisan civic engagement initiative that is focused on inviting people of faith to deepen their commitment to democracy, which, as you know, is part of our fifth principle of Unitarian Universalism. Part of First Unitarian's Spiritual Wholeness Action Group, or SWAG, is focusing on the voter engagement piece of UU the Vote, which hopes to reach nationwide more than 1.5 million voters this year. On our part, Jan Connolly will be organizing the postcard writing campaign for UU the Vote, and I will be organizing the letter writing campaign. Both of these programs target low propensity voters in order to boost their participation in our democracy. These folks are already registered voters, but for various reasons, they are less likely to participate in our democratic system. That's why they're called low propensity voters. They're less likely to vote. But we want to show them that all voices matter. As UUs, we believe that all voices matter, that everybody should have a say in how our government is run and how we treat people in this country. On August 30th, we will have the first packets of postcards and letters available for you to take, or if you want to print out letters at home, I can give you instructions on how to do that. And this will be one of just many opportunities at our Opportunity Fair that day, again, August 30th, during and especially after our Welcome Back potluck. This fair is a clearinghouse of information. You can learn everything you want to know about our church. There will be representatives from every committee and team, from the board. You can get help with tech stuff, lots of things, because we want you not only to know what goes on at our church, we want you to be able to feel that you can navigate our church and know how you can get involved. So we hope to see you on August 30th, and we also hope you will help us get out the vote. Thank you.
Before we begin our service, let's take a moment to wave to the people watching from home, then rise and greet our neighbors or say hello in the chat, and when you hear the singing bowl ring, please return to your seats.
I'm so happy that you all are such good friends. We will pick this all up after the service. As Chloe lights our chalice today, I will be reading words from the Reverend Deanna Vandiver. As we light a chalice, a container of air, earth, and fire, this ritual of our faith, reminds us of our subtle and crashing about beings, that we are part of a collective, a community of care and connection, courage and questions, sacred and scared together. Today, we gather with intention and curiosity, releasing what we must, shaping what we will, in a space made possible by generations of community care and courage of connection. Please rise in body or spirit and sing our hymn number 354 in the gray hymnal, We Laugh, We Cry. So now is our time for all ages. So I get to talk to all the kids. So it's my understanding that Miss Amy sent out an email to your parents asking you to get questions ready for me. Since I haven't met any of you before, except for Amelia and Lily yesterday at the pool party, I figured you might want to get to know this new lady who's standing up here, and who's going to be standing up here most Sundays. So, who is brave enough? Does anyone have a question? Yeah, what's your name? What's what? Ooh, my favorite thing to do. Well, I am a Lego artist, so I make things out of Lego, like pictures and sculptures and things like that. That is one of my favorites. The other is I love to play with my cats. I have 3. You first, and then. I do. I have 3 cats. Their names are Maddie and Zial, which is a Star Trek name, because I am a Star Trek nerd, and Turtle. Yep. Yes, Amelia? You love your dog? Oh, that's so wonderful. I love my pets too. And I bet if I met your dog, I would love it too. That's okay. When is my birthday? My birthday is May 17th. If you need a way to remember that, March 17th is St. Patrick's Day. That's the 2-month preparation time. So if you need to start prepping, that would be the time. Lily. What were my grandparents like? Well, I didn't really get to know my dad's parents. They lived way over on the East Coast, and I was in South Dakota when I was growing up, and they died when I was pretty young, so I don't really remember them. But my mom's parents, my grandma was, I would say, one of the first original upcyclers. She never threw anything away. Everything was used somehow. She would create all kinds of stuff. She would knit rugs out of plastic bags and and had a huge garden and canned everything. And yeah, she was definitely a lady of the land. And my grandpa was a carpenter and a barber. And they lived in a super small town that only had 60 people. So he would build all kinds of toys, and I still have a couple of those that he made. Thank you. Anyone else? Did you have another question? No? Okay, my cats. Well, we got Maddie during COVID, so she's about 6 or 7 now. And she is a little tortoiseshell and the most curious cat ever. She comes out and meets everybody that comes in the door and wants to be where everyone is. And Zial is the only boy, and he's a tuxedo, so he's black and white, and he loves to be cuddled and paid attention to, and his sisters are happy to do that. He is constantly being groomed, and when he's not, he climbs up on our laps, because he always wants to be in contact with somebody. And Turtle is a rescue who showed up on our porch in the middle of winter, and my daughter took her in, and so she's been with us ever since, and she's the street smart kitty, and she's definitely in control of the other 2, even though she's the youngest. She's also a tortoiseshell colored, so that's why her name is Turtle. Okay, any other questions from the kids, youth? Oh wait, we got one up here, hold on. Yep. Ooh, my favorite sports to watch and play. I am not a huge sporting person, but I like to watch any sport where I know the people who are playing. I'm not a big fan of watching professional sports, but I love to go to high school games and things when I know the people who are playing. And to play, I love swimming. I try to swim 3 times a week. So even though it's not really a sport and it's more exercise because I'm not racing or anything, that's like my favorite thing to do. Yeah. How old is my daughter? My daughter is 27, and my son is 22. My daughter lives with us. She has some disabilities, so it's difficult for her to live on her own. And my son is in college. He's in his last semester at Worcester Polytechnic out in Massachusetts. Yeah? Ooh, favorite color is hard. I like color, generally. But I would have to say blues and purples are like, my favorite flower is lilacs, and so that has become kind of my favorite color, yeah. Favorite food? I like lots of food. I'm gonna say probably pizza. Yep. My favorite animal? Well, favorite pet type animal is a cat, but favorite animal in general, I've really been taken by axolotls lately. They're so cute. Yes. An axolotl is a little amphibian, and they never get past the, they don't go into the full adult phase. They're like, they live in the water and they have these little like flippy things, and they're really cute. You should look them up on your phone. I don't know how to explain them, but they're really adorable. All right, any last questions before you go to your classes? All right, let us send our children on their journey by singing. So, you're not going to get to hear me preach today. You're going to have to wait. But I figured today was a great day for you to get to know me a little better. So similar to what the children just did, I'm going to invite all of you to write down a question for me. It can be a theological question. It can be a question about my life. It can be a question about anything, and if I can answer it, I will. I mean, if it's about like particle physics, I probably won't know the answer, but we'll try. You should have a little piece of paper and a pencil that was on or near your seat. If you don't have one, please raise your hand and the MVPs will bring you one. So I will ask you to please write your name as well on the question. I'm gonna keep those. I'm not gonna get to all of them today, but it really will help me get to know you, to know what kind of questions you're asking. So, all right. While you are doing your questions, we'll be hearing a beautiful musical interlude. And when you're done with your question, just pass them into the center aisle and they'll be collected for you.
There's so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're all wait and see. someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. And what's so amazing, it keeps us stargazing. And what do we think we might see? Oh, someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard the voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that called the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. Oh, I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something I'm supposed to be. Oh, someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Oh, someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, oh, the dreamers, and me.
Our reading today is called The Interview. It's by Uriah Mountain Dreamer. And in this reading, it talks about a lot of things that don't interest the author. And I'm not going to say I'm not interested in those things. I am. But I'm also interested in getting to know you on a deeper level. So I'm hoping that someday we will get to know each other as well as possible. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been opened by life's betrayals or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own. If you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes, without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself, if you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul, if you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it's not pretty every day. And if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes. doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be there. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else fails away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in those empty moments. Ends the reading. Time for some questions. Tim and Nancy have been kind of sorting them into categories and things that are similar, eliminating things that are similar so we can.
There are so many.
I will get through as many as I can in the next 20 or so minutes. So, what brings you joy? This first opening song today, that was joy. You all rock. I have not been in a UU church that has had that much energy in a long time, so thank you. But other than that, I like to find joy in the little things. I really love watching people in general and seeing when people are kind to one another, watching kids be silly, watching animals do things that I don't understand. All of those things bring me joy. Do you pronounce your name Laflin or Laughlin? It's Laflin, like joy. So yes, my husband and I have history of being improv comedians, and so laugh. Yes, Laughlin. Oh dear. What is your favorite Star Trek? Or best, there is a right answer. Isaac, we're going to have to talk after. But I would say my favorite Star Trek is probably Deep Space Nine. Whew. I passed. Although I got brought into Star Trek on Next Generation, so that's got a very special place in my heart. But I really like the story arc and the characters in Deep Space Nine and how it relates to our world today. So, but I have, as far as Star Trek goes, there's a site online called the Star Trek Chronology Project, and they list every episode of Star Trek, every movie, the animated series, all of it, in the order that it happens in the Star Trek universe, not in the order they were released. And so I've watched through that at least 3 times. And now there are over 900 different episodes, so that tells you how much of my life has been Star Trek. Name 2 of your favorite authors, an example of each one's work, and why they each appeal to you. Okay. I really like Octavia Butler, and Parable of the Sower is one of my favorite books. Although I read it a couple years ago and I decided I couldn't read it again until our politics have changed a bit, because it's a little too prescient. And I really like Douglas Adams. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and that series is always something that brings me joy. And do I have a favorite episode of the original Star Trek and a favorite episode? Okay, we'll talk about this later. You got 1 question. There were 3 on that one. What called you to ministry? How did you hear your call? Well, I think I've always been called to ministry. I just didn't really know it. I was raised Roman Catholic, and I went to a Catholic school for elementary school. And at that school, once a week or once a year, they had a week where they recognized children they thought might go into religious vocations. And the principal, Sister Marietta, asked my mom if they could recognize me when I was pretty young. And my mom asked me about it, and I was like, well, only if I can be a priest. So I grew up not really knowing that that was a possibility, that I could be a leader in a church. And so it kind of got put on the back burner until I was like in my late 30s. And then I was on the board of trustees at a UU church in Illinois, and they asked me to do a sermon, and I did. And then after that, I was just like, oh, I think I'm supposed to do this. So it took another 12 years after that, but here I am. So. What are your top 3 theological or spiritual influences? How do you apply these to your ministry? Whew. So a lot of my theology, I'm a very musical person, and a lot of my theology comes from my own experience with the divine through music. So how much time do we have? We have time. There is a song that was written by Lila Ibrahim. She is a UU out of California, and they've used this as the UU Chalice Camp song. And I feel like it sums up my theology like really well, so I'm going to sing it to you. It's a blessing you were born, and it matters what you do, what you know about God is a piece of the truth. May the beauty you love be what you do, and you don't have to do it alone. So that's kind of the core of my theology. I know this is wanting, theologians and things, but honestly, my spiritual influences have come from people in my life, primarily, that I know. My mother is one of those people. She was a nun before she decided to get married and stuff. And she is one of the most connected people connected to the divine that I know. Her heart is always helping others. She is always giving and working for social justice, and that is the place I was raised. So, yeah. And so I try really hard to make those things reality in my own life. What is the best book that you have ever read that brought you joy, and favorite that brought you meaning? I think Discovering the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was the first truly joyful book I read. But I also loved the Dune series. I think I've read those 4 times. They were very influential in my younger years. There's so many books. It's really hard to choose. What career did you have before being called to ministry? I was an aviation insurance broker. So yeah, sold aviation insurance, just like car insurance, but for airplanes. Everything from little tiny planes all the way up to everything except airlines, basically, corporate jets and those kinds of things. Yeah, a little different. Favorite music? I am kind of a folk pop sort of person. I love Jason Mraz, Ani DeFranco, Indigo Girls. Lots of others, but I'm blanking right now. But yeah, the folky, light pop kind of stuff generally. What do you think is the purpose of sermons? Thank you. There can be more than one. Your thoughts on how to make us a more diverse community. Okay, outreach congregation. Okay, I think the purpose of sermons, this is gonna sound trite, and it kind of is, so, but to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. I think that truly the purpose of a sermon is to make people think about where they are, what they're doing. Maybe, is it something I need to change? Is it something that I'm proud of? Like, to just get people to think about their own lives and what, if anything, needs to change, or to give them new ideas, or to bring us together as a community to explain what something is that maybe only a few of us know about. There's a lot of purposes. So I am a very social justice oriented person, and so you will probably hear many of those kinds of sermons. But my goal with those is to educate people into like what is going on in the world, and then also to provide some options as to how we can help to make things better. How do you see your role in comforting, supporting, and motivating people in the congregation during these troubling political and governmental times? If you're a hugger, I'll give you lots of hugs. I think, in a more serious note though, it's all about perspective. And sometimes, especially with our media and with the way that our country works, we tend to get all of the negative information and none of the positive. And it's really easy to despair. It's really easy to give up. It's really easy to get frustrated. And those are all very valid things. But I have a theology of joy and of hope. And I try very hard to find those little nuggets in the world of the good things that people are doing, the ways that we can make a difference. And hopefully, I can help you all to find those things too. If we can focus on the things that we're grateful for, and in how we can, even in small ways, make a difference and influence the negativity that's out there, then we will all be a lot more comforted and live better. So. But please feel free to come see me if you're feeling those, in any of those, if that you're feeling that despair or frustration, because we all understand it, and I'm happy to talk with you. I am from St. John's. I like hearing about UU history. Do you have a favorite anecdote? I do. This is a very, very old one, but way back in the day when Constantine called all of the religious leaders together to decide what was going to be the official Christianity, there were very few Unitarians that showed up. The most notable being Arius. And he got up and he argued very well that the Christian church should be Unitarian. Bishop Nicholas, who we now honor as Santa Claus, was very, very unhappy. He was a Trinitarian. He felt this Unitarian stuff was heresy, and so he punched Arius in the face. And he went to jail for the night. Eventually came out and apologized, and they continued. But yeah, we've been dealing with that for a very long time. So that's one of my favorite anecdotes, otherwise known as the day Santa Claus punched the Unitarian. So, would you own any more cats? No. There's one per person in our house, and that is enough. What drew you to First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati? Truly the thing that drew me was, in looking at your congregational record, the amount of work that you all have done to live into your values. I am so impressed with how far you've come and the actions that you've taken in the past 3 years with Dr. Alex, and it was just, and then the search committee was just so amazing to talk to, and I fell in love with them. But I immediately felt a call to this church, and I'm so glad that you all have me. Where do our prayers go? Well, there are all kinds of different ideas about that. I kind of agree with Kierkegaard, who said that our prayers, a prayer affects the person who is praying more than it affects anything else. When I pray, it reminds me of the things that I am grateful for. It reminds me of the pain of the world. It reminds me of the people that I know that need assistance. And so it reminds me of all these things and the work that I need to do. Some people think that prayers go to a God who answers them. That may very well be true. I do not know. But for me, I think that prayer is a way of focusing intention and reminding me of all the things. Like when I say I'm going to pray for someone or I'm praying about a situation, it reminds me that I need to maybe give that person a call or go out and do something about that situation, and helps me develop the strength to do those things. So. What is your favorite movie genre and why? Okay, I really like science fiction because it's often an escape, but it's also usually pretty smart, usually. But I also really like documentaries. I like to learn about what's actually happening in the world in different places than different people and different things that I didn't know about. I have no questions, just saying welcome and thank you. All right. I only have time for like one more, so I'm trying to find something that's a little bit different. I am curious about your husband. My husband's name is Jason. He does not generally come to church, so you probably will see him at like events and things, but not too often here in the sanctuary. He uses a wheelchair and is disabled, so he's not working right now. He is also a toy collector of like 12-inch action figures, like the G.I. Joes, but like way more expensive, unfortunately. But he also creates and customizes them. He'll like print 3D heads and paint and sculpt and make little costumes and all those things. So So he is an artist in his own way as well. So I think that is really all I have time for. One more. Oh. Welcome. What would you prefer we call you? Reverend Bridget, please. I've asked Nancy Sawyer, the chair of the transition team, to extinguish our chalice today. This chalice flame has inspired curiosity and wonder during our time together today. As we extinguish our chalice and leave this sacred space, we will encounter many, many experiences, people and things. May the memory of this chalice flame remind us to approach all we encounter with a sense of wonder and curiosity. So may it be.
Please remember to join us in the Ellen Hall room. I understand there's a special cake. There's lots of cake. Please eat some cake. And we have special guests here today. Brian and Lori Rivers are visiting from Davis, California. They used to be members. And Brian generously offered to sit in with us at the house band this morning, so you've been enjoying hearing him play the lovely guitar that he plays. So, great to see you guys.
You were forced, right? You were forced, right?
All right, so now we are going to learn a new song together, okay? It's called This Joy, and it's very easy, I promise. And I'm going to sing it for you a couple of times, and you can sing along with me as soon as you pick up on it. And we will have some fun together, and then we will sing it all together, and then we'll have the house band join in. So I hope you like this song. It's called This Joy. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. That's really all there is to it. Let's sing it one more time. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. All right. So now we're going to have the house band and Ramona and Beth join, and you just keep singing, and each of the words will change. This joy, this strength, this love, this pride, and this peace. And there will be a slide that helps you to remember that. So here we go. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This strength that I have, this strength that I have, this strength that I
world can't take it away. This love that I have, this love that I have, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know about this love that I have? The world didn't give it to me. No, no, the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This pride that I have, this pride that I have, this pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, no, this pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Here we go with this piece. This piece that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh no. This piece that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that? This piece that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, no, the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This joy that I have, this joy that I have, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, 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 this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know about this joy that I have? The world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away.
True. Joy is resistance.
Thank you.
Yes. Go eat some cake. I understand we need to eat some cake.